Hey guys, we're going to do homework 10-5. So let's take a look. We took our notes today, and here we got our questions, starting on question number 12. Okay, so our notes said our big arc minus our little arc would equal to this exterior angle, and we called that angle 1. So the big arc, or the measure of angle 1, our formula said, is equal to 1/2 big arc minus the little arc. So this angle is VXZ, so that is this VXZ, 1/2. And what is the big arc? We know is 96. And what is the little arc? They said 24. So I see what they did already. They added. They used, this formula is for this formula is for the interior angle. And very, X, this angle X, this angle is outside. So they need a subtraction sign. Okay. Question number 13. We've got a secant and a tangent. What is the area of circle P? Ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So, but let's start. So I'm going to use my segment. So the formula goes the outside times the whole thing is equal to the outside times the whole thing. Okay, so that's my formula. So this part on the outside, 4, times the whole thing, 4 plus the radius. Okay, so 4 plus the radius is equal to the part on the outside, 6, times the whole thing, 6. 6 times 6. So we get, let's distribute this, like 16 plus 4r is equal to 36. So what do we get? Okay, the radius is 5. Okay, the radius is 5, and we could double check our work. Is the outside 4 times the whole thing, 4 plus 5, equal to the outside 6 times the whole thing, 6. So is 4 times 9 equal to 6 times 6? Yes. So we definitely got that right. Now they want to know the area. So the area of a circle is pi r squared. So the area of this circle is pi times 5 times 5, or just 25 pi. So that's our final answer. Interesting. So it combines another chapter from before. Question number 16 and 17. Okay, so we're just like, is this arc plus this arc divide by 2, that's the average. So we're saying, what is the average? The measure of angle 1 has to be equal to 1/2 that arc, 106 plus 80. And we're adding, because the angle is interior. So that would be 93. And it does look like an angle a little bit bigger than 90. What about number 17? Interesting. A couple ways to do this. I've got this big arc, these outer arcs, right? This one and this one should average together to give me this angle or this angle, either of those angles. So I'm going to call that angle 1. Okay, so the measure of angle 1 is equal to 1/2 x plus 122. However, I know that this angle, if I call this angle 2, these two have to add up to 180. So if this one is 81, this one has to be 180 minus 81, or 79, right? Or no, not 79. All right, so made a little math calculation wrong. So 180 take away 81, I get 99. Yep, that's right, 99. So this angle 1 is 99. Okay, so I'm looking for a number that's lower than 99 or smaller than 99. So the measure of angle 1 here is 99, because 99 plus 81 is 180. Yep, okay. Now using the Lynch swap, we can take this number here and just move it up there. Or in the same way, if you don't like that method, you can just multiply by 2 on both sides and the same outcome. So this ends up top here, so 99 times 2, I get 198. And we can use this to solve for x. And that's all they wanted, 76. And I was looking for a number that was lower than 99, because when you average 76 and 122, when you average 76 and 122, when you add them together and divide by 2, you should get 99. And you could double check your answer just to be sure. Yep, you get 188 divided by 2. And you get 99. So you know you got it right. Okay, question number 22. Using exercise 4 in our notes, our formula is the outside times the whole thing is equal to the outside times the whole thing. So the outside part 5 times the whole thing. So that'd be 5 plus another b, right, is equal to the part on the outside 6 times the whole thing, 6 plus 9. Oh, and that's 5 plus b, that's not an 11. What was I thinking? Thought that was a 6. So this side is still 5 plus b. But let's distribute. So 5 times 5 is 25, and 5 times b is 5b. It's 90. 65. So 5b divided by 5, 65 divided by 5, we get 13. Nice. All right, didn't assign a whole lot of questions. The last 2 questions, let's take a look. It says, for what measure does UW of UW, would that make this angle TVX, this angle 34 degrees? So we called that in our notes. That's our measure of angle 2. Our measure of angle 2 is equal to 1/2 the big arc minus the little arc. So it looks like our big arc is 112. Our little arc, we don't know, but that's what we're solving for. So we can call that x. We just make x what we don't know. Our measure of angle 2 they gave us is 34. So again, with my Lynch swap, I can just move the 2 up here and do away with it. Or I just multiply by 2 on both sides and cancel it. So the same thing happens here, right? 2 times 34 would be 68. And let's add x to both sides, so it's over here now. And then we'll subtract 68 from both sides. And we get 44. And so we think that's 44. And we can double check our answer. Is the big arc 112 minus the little arc 44. When I subtract those and cut it in half, do I get 34? So 112 minus 44 is 68. And then when I divide that by 2, I get 34. Yep, so we've checked it. That's right. So our arc UW is 44 degrees. Okay, how might we see this on the SAT or ACT? So if we take a look, they've given us the outside times the whole thing. That was nice. The outside times this whole thing. So that is our formula. The outside times the whole thing is equal to the outside times the whole thing. So we have x minus 5 times the whole thing, 3x, is equal to the outside, x minus 6 times the whole thing. All right, so let's distribute this. So 3x squared minus 15x, and let's distribute that. So 4x squared minus 24x. And let's see if we can solve it to get one of these choices, right? So I'm going to subtract 3x squared under two terms that are alike, and I get 1x. And I guess I'll just copy everything else down just to kind of take it one step at a time. All right, if I add 15x, get x squared minus 9x. Okay, now I can factor out an x. There's an x in both of these. And it looks like I got an answer here. For this to be 0, either x is 0, right, the first term, or x minus 9 is 0. And so when I add 9 to both sides, I get x is equal to 9, and that looks really good. Let's say that looked good to begin with, and let's plug that in. So if x is 9, this would be 9, and that would be 9. So we got the outside, 9 minus 5 is 4, times the whole thing, 3 times 9, or 27. Okay, and then now on the other secant, you have 9 minus 6, the outside part, that'd be 3, and the whole thing, 4 times 9, which is 36. So let's see if this is true. 4 times 27 is 108, and 3 times 36 is 108. So we know for sure that our answer is 9 because that worked. Take care, guys.